A way that we can often remember the characteristics of all living things is to use the name Mrs. Gren. And for Mrs. Gren, the letters of Mrs. Gren represent the first letter of all of the characteristics of living things. They move, they reproduce, they're sensitive to stimuli, they grow, they excrete, and they take in nutrients. Now this one here, this second R, is respiration. And many people often think that what we mean by respiration is breathing. But of course not all living things breathe. What we're talking about is a process that's occurring at the cellular level. And essentially, in a nutshell, cellular respiration is the process of converting a food source, glucose, converting it into energy that the cells are able to use. Now, the type of energy that cell can use is called ATP. So it's a molecule and it's the currency of energy that all cellular processes use. So cellular respiration is the process of converting glucose into energy. So I'm going to show you the chemical reaction for cellular respiration. So of course we need to start with glucose. So glucose is a sugar. Glucose plus, it's done with oxygen, and that's why we have this link with respiration being breathing, because the oxygen that we breathe in is used in this process of cellular respiration. That's why we need oxygen in our body. Glucose plus oxygen. It's actually a very, very complex process with many steps, and this is just the simplified version. So glucose plus oxygen, and the products of the reaction are water plus carbon dioxide, which is of course breathed out. That's what we breathe out. So we take in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, plus importantly energy, and energy in the form of ATP. Now where in the cell does this occur? In the organelle called the mitochondria. The mitochondria looks a little bit like this. It looks like this because it's got an outer membrane and an inner membrane. This inner membrane is quite large like this to increase the surface area. Cellular respiration is a complex process of steps that occurs within the mitochondria to do this overall reaction. So cells that require a lot of energy have a lot of mitochondria. So muscle cells and sperm cells, they use lots of energy, and so therefore they have lots of mitochondria.